Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
You're listening to Heritage Radio Network.
Heritage Radio Network is supported by Visit Ithaca, where great minds meet the great outdoors. Check them out at visitithaca.com. Ithaca is known for outstanding dining. And here's a word from one of those great local businesses.
My name is Kukwa Jibodi Yomepe, and the name of the restaurant is Asempe Kitchen. I started out at the farmer's market, and the reception we received was so overwhelming that I thought it made sense to stay in the area. My goal so far has been to create some space for everybody who feels disenfranchised or feels like they're not represented to come together and have a place to be. So we have been working really hard to be more than just a restaurant. So like a place to just rest, get some really good food, and maybe some good conversation. We have community tables, and I kept the communal tables because of the way I feel about building community. The food is mostly vegetarian. It's from West Africa, mostly from Ghana. I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa. I've been in the U.S. about 30 years. On Sundays, we do a brunch, and during brunch, we offer meat as an option to folks who eat meat. I'm very much a purist when it comes to the food. I like to offer people the authentic, stuff.
To plan your next trip or to find out more information, go to visitithaca.com.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
Welcome to Pizza Quest. I'm Peter Reinhardt. Our guests today actually, are Master Pizzaiolo Agostino Cangiano, and also his partner and co-owner of the restaurant, Tatiana Revox of Slicehaus, a New York classic-style pizzeria in the West Village. Agostino built his career on perfecting pizza, and Slicehaus marks his latest chapter, where he is bringing his own take on New York-style pies to one of the city's most iconic neighborhoods. Agostino was born and raised in Naples, Italy, where his passion for pizza began at a young age. He started cooking in kitchens when he was just 15 and went on to become a baker, honing his technique and precision that now shapes his pizzas. In 2014, he moved to New York City, working under Enrico Proietta at the beloved Bella Blu, before opening his own restaurants, including Mandolino Ristorante and Sotto la Luna in Astoria. Most recently, he was the full-time pizzaiolo at the acclaimed La Industrie in the West Village, where he further sharpened his craft. At Slicehaus, he blends Italian heritage with the city's most iconic New York style pizza. Agostino, Tatiana, welcome to Pizza Quest.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Sure. Excited to hear about it. Excited to hear that you guys got open. And how are things going?
Things are going very, very good. Great. We start very busy, like since the first and second week. That's Excellent. A great area. People love to try new places. And sure. We have already a lot of people coming back. Like I have people that come, almost every day to get a slice. same people and
That's
new
a good
people
sign.
coming
Yeah.
in. Weekends very busy. Good.
Well, that's, I guess, probably the most, important sign of all is when people come back.
Oh
Everybody,
yeah.
Sure.
everybody's going to give you one shot, but will they give you 2 shots and 3 shots and 4 shots? That's what you want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me ask you both this question. Slicehaus is located in one of New York City's most competitive pizza neighborhoods. Why did you choose there, 30 Carmine Street in the West Village? How is the neighborhood embracing you? But why there? Why did you choose that particular place to open?
Awesome.
It's nice question, and because um, it's a great neighborhood, and that's why you have the best pizzeria of New York in this neighborhood, and I'm sure that we will be also one of the best.
But also,
So it's also and the competition. I love the not the competition, but there are a lot of people that come here just for pizza in this neighborhood. And it's nice to have, also a lot of feedback, a lot
Yeah,
of
I mean, look, competition drives industry too, right?
that's right.
yes.
Exactly.
We're building community here, and we have people coming on pizza tours, trying all the pizzas in the neighborhood, and
Yeah.
it's just a great way to connect through a shared love, which is pizza.
Well, if you want to be among the best, you got to play with the best, and you're right there.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I think that makes sense that yeah, that you're in a tough neighborhood, but if they're liking it, and as they say, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. In fact, we'll get into this maybe a little bit later, but and since you're just up and running new, but you've got to be thinking, okay, if we have this one location here, can we scale it up and go to other locations? But you're doing a lot more at Slicehaus than just pizza. When I looked at the menu, it looked like there's a lot of great items besides pizza on the menu. Can you talk a little bit about what you serve and sort of what the concept is?
That's is another another reason why I want to be here. Most of the pizzeria they make the classic New York style,
Yeah.
classic topping that you can find it anywhere, maybe with different tastes, of course. And the goal was to bring different toppings, different like experience too. I have a lot of pizza that I used to make in Naples, and when I was in Naples, and I bring here, and I never seen New York before, so I decided to to give a more choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, more unique
More
choices.
unique choices to people. There are a lot of people that stay in line all day just to get a pepperoni slice or to get a cheese slice. I would like, to give people more reason to come back and try the new flavors too.
Well, let's we'll talk about the pizza, then we can talk about some of the other things that you serve there. Um, you described it as sort of classic New York style, but with your twist and the things that you've learned in working. You mentioned you came from Naples, right? Originally, Agostino, is that
Yes,
where
yes.
you
I
learned
came
the
in New York
craft?
11 years ago.
Oh, you've been in here for 11 years. I know you've worked at some great places prior to opening Slicehaus. By the way, for those who are listening, Slicehaus is spelled one word, slice, and then Haus, not House, and so it's got its own little differentiator between the terms slice houses are just popping up all over the country. So this is just Slicehaus, Haus, when you start to Google it and look it up. Um, so what about your pizza differentiates it from other New York style pizzas? Can you talk a little bit about some of the choices that you've made?
Ingredients.
Huh?
Ingredients.
The ingredients, most of the ingredients are imported from Italy. The dough, the Sicilian is also one of my passion. So I do two different type of dough for both pizza. The round pizza, the round pizza is different from the square from the
Oh, okay.
Sicilian. The flours, I don't use I use like a flour that come from Italy imported, no bleach, no bromate, and it's very and it's a very small meal. It's not very popular, but I did I did some research years ago, and I really love it, and I decided to bring this flour here.
Well, let me just go back to that flour because a lot of the people who listen to this podcast they're pizza fanatics, like us. They love their pizza, and some of them are making pizza at home. Some of them are in the industry itself, and so they always want to know they want to get into the weeds of this and dive deep. So, could you talk a little bit about the type of flour? You said that it's from Italy, which is is it definitely a differentiator because a lot of New York style pizza is made with with all Trump's flour and some of the classic American style flours. What brand flour? Can you say the type of the brand that you're using?
The brand is called Yacone flour.
Yacona.
Yacone.
Okay. Cool.
Yes, it's very popular in the Roman style pizza world. And it's used in Rome, and there is only one importers.
Oh, so it's not the brands that everyone's familiar with, like Caputo and some of the others.
Caputo, Peter. No, you don't find it to everyone. Like the food vendor, I only have one food vendor. They import that.
Interesting. So that definitely is going to differentiate you because you've got a flour that nobody else is using.
Well, also the other part, the other side of that coin was, I had some digestive issues, and that was important for me. I wanted to be able to eat this pizza and not have an issue afterwards and not feel like I needed to pop the button after a few slices, just not feeling my top best or ready to go to sleep, And I was like, how do we make that happen? When you go to Italy and you eat pizzas, you do not have those issues most of the time. Actually, you can eat more, lose weight, feel great. It's a completely different experience.
Why do you think that is, Tatiana?
Well, I think that the quality of the ingredients, I know that the quality of the ingredients is different because of the regulations, right? So FDA regulations on ingredients are a bit more lax for certain things, whereas the requirements in Europe are much stricter. They want cleaner products. They want fewer things in their ingredients. So you're getting closer to nature. You're getting closer to simplicity in your ingredients. And you're really going to feel that difference, right? When people come, they're like, let me just get one slice. And then in a matter of 30 seconds, they're back for a second. And
that's happened often.
So it's light, it's airy.
And also I think the work there is behind the dough. There is a lot of work behind the dough. I do pre-ferment for both square and round pizza. The round I do the polish and liquid pre-ferment, and for the square I do biga, the solid pre-ferment. They're both fermented at least 48 to 72 hours.
Okay, those are big issues for people. So the long fermentation is going to be a game changer. How about your hydration levels?
Hydration, we are around with the round around 70%, 70%, and with the biga I come up to 78-80% with the square. Our square look very big because I top very nice, but when you eat, you can eat 2 or 3 easily
because it's airy,
it's very airy. It's all air inside.
So it's a different dough, but the same flour in each dough, right? Just different.
Same flour in each dough. Then I use it on the round pizza. I use a small percentage of semolina and small percentage of whole grain. But and on the square only a little percentage of whole grain.
But is it a wetter dough, the square pizza?
I'm sorry?
Wetter.
Yeah, it's a little bit because when you scratch in the pan, you already put some oil, so the bottom get very crunchy already. Don't need to put semolina in the dough. For the round pie, I put a little semolina just to give it that crunch.
Ah, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, since I haven't been up to New York since you've opened, so I've got to, get on a plane and come up there and try some of this. But when you do the squares, obviously you bake those in a pan, directly in a pan.
Yeah.
Would you call it, consider it Roman style, or would it be more what we would
No,
call Sicilian style, or?
no, Roman Sicilian style. Roman is very thin, the Roman in a pan. And also Roman in a pan is scratched on the flour and then you put in the pan. The Sicilian you just scratch directly on the oil and you don't put the dough in the flour to scratch.
I see. So okay,
It-
so it would fall, would people would identify it as more of a Sicilian style pizza, New York Sicilian style.
yeah, there is some
Okay.
confusion here about. I'm very strict on the and
Yeah.
when we opened the spot, the idea was to do New York style pizza and like no Italian. We use Italian ingredients. We do like the pre-ferment. It's not common to find pre-fermented dough in a New York style pizza.
True.
Uh, but the idea was to be New York style pizza.
So you mentioned the two pre-ferments that use a biga, which to American bakers we would think of that as being kind of like a firm piece of pre-made dough, right? It's firm, and the poulish would be more like a wet, spongy, like more
It's
higher water, right?
Yeah, it's a solid pre-ferment. The biga is made with a 40%. I do 100% biga. This means the 100% of the full amount of flour, and you let fermented with 45% of the water, and then after 24 hours, you add the rest of the water and the rest of the ingredients.
Oh, interesting.
And
Yeah.
then you mix it, and then I let do a little like 10 hours of cold fermentation
Uh-huh.
because if not, we'll overproof. And
Right.
then I shape up and I make the.
Well, this is fascinating. Are these techniques that you learned in Italy, or are these techniques that you picked up after you moved here?
Bigger, yes, I use it in Italy because I also work in a bakery when I was 19.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, Polish, no, Polish. I never had the chance to use it because when you work around, you just do whatever, like come si dice quando lavori già in un posto, fai quello che si fa là. Cioè, diciamo, you work with
you work with the system
with
that's
the
there
system,
wherever
yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
I own my restaurant in Astoria, I start to
Experiment.
all the pre-ferment, all the different flour and the dough. When you own your spot, you can do.
Right.
It's easier to
Play.
to play.
So you've continued to develop your craft as you've moved and worked in different places. And how long did it take you to kind of hone in on the dough that you currently are using, the one that you've launched at Slicehaus?
Since I owned Sotto la Luna 2021, I was making Napolitan style pizza.
Uh-huh.
That was my main and then when I step out from the business, I start to work at the industry
Yeah.
and different world from restaurant and pizza shop is completely different concept,
Right.
but they inspire me so much. So I was saying I want to do something like the idea. I want to use my product on this concept.
That's interesting because the last few years, the industry has really emerged as maybe one of the most highly regarded of all the New York pizzerias, like especially the Slicehaus pizzerias in the city. So when you worked there, you ended up picking up some new techniques and some new methods.
New system,
Uh,
new technique. I was not on the dough team. They have the dough team is different from the. I was just making pizza.
oh, okay. So they would make the dough, but you would make the pizzas.
Yeah. So and also I was not interested. I was interested to do my dough with this like style and the system. The work system there is great. High volume, you know, teamwork. I was not like I that's all I learned. But on the pizza side, I already, you know, I just
You've
put
been
up
doing it.
all my experience. When I think when you work, I started to work in this world was I was 15
How old
and
are you now?
36.
36?
So yeah, I
So
never,
you don't look
always with,
36, but you know, that's 21 years of experience, so that's pretty good.
yeah, always my hand in the flower. I never had another job in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
And I think when the work experience help you to pick all the different things that you learn and you think they are great and you put together in your own place. Like I learned something in the industry, I learned something in another place where I work
yeah,
at Bella Blue. I learned something I put together and you
yeah,
know,
yeah, which is great that you've been able to kind of gather at each stop a little bit more, add to your technique and add to your skill.
yes, yes.
So,
Sometimes you something you just experiment your own on your own,
yeah,
and then you put all the system together. You create your own.
I mean, it's just like that natural progression of evolution, right? You
right.
take something from every stop along the way and you innovate and you create something new and you get better as hopefully as you keep going along.
Well, and I imagine that you've got people working for you now who are learning from you, who will maybe one day they'll want to open their own place as well, and they'll add what they learned working for you to their next stop along the way, and you'll have a lineage of offshoots of from the tree of Slicehaus,
Oh yeah.
It's
pizza.
welcome and supported,
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
of
Yeah,
course. That's the purpose. You go to work to learn and then to do,
and to grow.
you know, to grow. It's not
and
about, yeah. Like
you
all the
will,
chef of the big restaurant, they want to own their own restaurant one day,
right.
you know.
Well, let me ask you this, Tatiana. Uh, can you talk a little bit about how you and Agostino came up with the idea? Why did how did you put it all together? How do you uh, divide the work? What is it that you do? What is it that he does? Clearly, he's making the pizzas. So, if you could talk a little bit about your side of the partnership and also just the how you kind of put it all together. How you in New York City opening a pizzeria is no small matter. It's front page news in New York City. So that's a big step to take. Can you talk a little bit about how it all came together?
Sure. So his first job in New York was at my father's restaurant on the Upper East Side. So Enrico Proietti,
That's your dad.
restaurateur. That's my dad.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So
And
he's still in the family.
he's still in the family. This is family. This is, you know, create labor of love. It really is a family kind of situation. And I was in completely other worlds. I didn't want to be in hospitality, so I was the last piece of this puzzle to come on
Yeah,
board.
yeah.
Um,
But you were
you know,
born to it.
I was born into it, so I could kind of do it with my eyes closed, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to initially. I was just like,
Uh,
nope, not for me. Let's go do other things.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so, you know, they started without me. This was a concept that they wanted to bring to life. And I joined in shortly after because they thought that I would bring a great aspect for brand vision, for creating a brand around this beautiful
That's
project.
that's what I wanted you to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, what was important, and it also it was a co-creation of just experiencing each other as we were in construction, as we were doing things. You know, the brand kind of reveals itself in a way when we're just being our authentic selves. And what we came up with was, you know, a sense of play and connection. That was really what we want to sell. It's not just, you know, selling pizza. That's kind of the vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Um, and we want great taste, great ingredients, but we want people to have a great experience too. We want people to come and feel joy and feel connection. Like put your phones down. This is a moment to connect. And, you know, the future of the brand will then start to really open up to more gaming. So board games. Think, fun game days and card games and all of these types of situations where we will marry pizza with a good time.
So you've created an atmosphere there that's playful, and playing games and stuff is part of it. What's it like? What's the layout? How many people do you serve at a time? How many tables do you have, and how many people can be in there? And then describe some of the if you haven't started it yet, maybe you haven't these activities, these games, these game nights and things.
So the place is small. It's intimate. It feels cozy. We have some shelving on the walls where people can eat, but then we have a few tables, about 4 tables, standing tables
Ah,
outside for now. So we can't really pack the place with a million people, but you will find that people who don't know each other will come together at a shared table, and
yeah.
all of a sudden, people are having conversations and people are connecting. And so we haven't started our more fun activations yet.
Uh-huh.
That's coming soon.
Okay,
But
that's good to look
that's
forward to. Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much, we'll have tables set up and you'll have a chess game board, a backgammon board, some cards. You can take your pick. Um, but we're going to be really trying to connect people through community, right? Like single mixers, fun little fitness for like Fit for Love is one of our launches next. So
Uh,
yeah, just having a good time and creating a community around this for
do,
sure.
do you have alcoholic beverages? Do you do cocktails and things?
Not yet, but that is also a possible next direction for us. It's not as easy as one would think to get a liquor license in
I'll
the
bet.
West Village.
I know. So you got to have it
But
passed down probably from.
but we are very much also going in the direction of non-alcoholic drinks just as a society, as a collective.
True.
So we're opening the possibility to have non-alcoholic drinks,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fun things for now.
Well, that's fascinating to me. I didn't realize that you were building in that whole other part of your brand and that was based on play, and community. It sounds like, are the tables you said 4 tables? Are they community sized tables? Or are they?
They're small cocktail tables, but
Oh, okay.
people still join. And so just by proximity, you're having a conversation with someone you never met.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And uh, it's crazy. Do you also? I thought I saw on the website some loaves of bread. Are you also making bread and using Agostino's background as a baker to do
Yeah,
bread?
I make a bread because we have sandwich on the menu. So I make
Okay.
my own bread,
So
and we all a
yeah,
lot of
they're
people
beautiful
buy
looking
it, just the
loaves.
bread. Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of
It's
people
like
love.
that French baguette that you've been dreaming of but couldn't find.
Yeah. And do you make it with that same flour, Agostino?
With the same flour and the same dough of the
The
pizza, the round pizza. So when
Interesting.
you eat the bread, you are eating basically like tomato and cheese on a baguette dough.
The sandwiches look great from the photos
Yeah.
that I've seen. Um, by the way, for people who want to like track you guys, you must have some kind of an Instagram handle of some sort?
We do Slicehaus Pizzeria.
Slicehaus, remember Haus, right? Slice, one word,
Yep.
Slicehaus Pizzeria. And that
Hmm.
we on Instagram. So you can see those of you who want to follow up on this, check out the photos and see some of the things that are going on there. Yeah, because I'm guessing some people, after they've tried the pizza, because they've got to try that first. If they're going to come in, they better get the pizza. But they got to also move over to the sandwiches at some point and give those a try. Can you describe some of the sandwiches that you make?
I made just two sandwich in the menu. One is with the porchetta and
Oh,
porcini mushroom
do
and
you make the
mozzarella
porchetta
cheese.
there as well?
No, I buy from.
That's a big work.
Yeah, it's a big work, and also you need. I talk about to do it, but that's will. Come si dice rovina?
It will ruin it.
Will ruin your oven, the oven,
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
porchetta is very greasy. You need
Yeah,
like
you need a separate
another.
oven for that.
But I get a porchetta from a family in New Jersey. They are from Rome, and they are very famous in Rome
Oh,
for the porchetta. It's called Fratelli Cioli,
nice
and
fertility.
it's
Okay.
yeah, and they make very good porchetta.
So you build a porchetta sandwich with
Yeah.
their porchetta.
Yeah, I use porcini mushroom
Mm.
and mozzarella, and then another one meatball parm, and the meatball are 100% beef with my mom recipe.
Well, that's the other question is that one that you make yourself? And obviously it is. Those are yours. What meatballs have become a big thing lately and around the country. Everybody who's opened a pizzeria now, they all are kind of doing either their mom's or their grandmom's meatball recipe. What do you think makes, and I love meatball. Who doesn't love a good meatball? What do you think makes a good meatball? And when you make yours, what is it that makes yours special?
Simple as possible. I don't like a lot. I try a lot of meatball around, and there are, everyone have their own recipe.
Their own tricks, yeah.
As I grew up in Naples, there where we are famous for meatballs.
Uh-huh.
We use 100% beef, no mixed veal pork, and all
Okay.
the meatball. No ricotta in the dough of the meatball. Only some bread. Put a
Okay.
bread in a milk.
Yeah.
Like a small percentage, like a 10-15% of. If you like garlic, you can play on garlic. If you don't like a lot, I don't like a lot. I like just to feel a little garlic.
Yeah.
Parsley, a lot of pecorino romano, and a lot of parmigiano reggiano.
They at these pizza expos that people go to, throughout the year, there's always pizza competitions, and people. I don't know if you've ever, entered in any of those.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you entered in any
No,
of those competitions?
I never been. I've been one 2018 in New Jersey. It was a Caputo.
At Atlantic City, the one in
Atlantic City. Yeah.
I think I saw you there then. But I was going to say they have the pizza competitions. I imagine at some point they're going to have a meatball competition because everybody's got meatballs now, and it would be really interesting to have some kind of a judging panel, and give scores for meatballs.
Yes.
And if they do, then you're going to have to enter.
People love it. It's the most solid. It's the meatball part.
It is. Okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good to know.
People, pork. People don't trust a lot in the pork. Pork is more. That's why people more on. When I tell people it's 100% beef, oh my god, I never find. I find always with the pork and veal and this, 100% beef, and they get the sandwich right away, and they come like twice a week to get it. I get a lot of order online of meatball parm. Yeah.
That's cool. It's always good to have besides your main item, which in the sense of your menu be pizza, to have a couple of other sort of items that what would you call them? They're the bonus items that you come there for. So you got the two sandwiches. You've got the pizza. Any desserts?
No, not yet.
Anything else? Any other salads or anything like that?
No.
Side dishes?
No.
Just pizza
Only
and sandwich.
Pizza and sandwich.
Okay. Pizza
For
and
now.
sandwich.
For now, yeah.
Hey, you've only been open a few weeks, right?
Yeah. I want to first focus on our main product, and then we can play around.
Well, without holding you to this, where do you see it going? As it grows and evolves, and once the word gets out, and you've got your solid following and your regulars, and that we can now take this wherever we want to take it. Where would you want to take it, menu wise and concept wise?
Menu wise, che vorresti fare? Cioè nel futuro, dove lo vedi arrivare? Cioè, poi dessert con qualsiasi cosa, cioè.
I'm sure I like to make a dessert. I love making dessert. When I owned the other restaurant Sotto la Luna, I was making all the special dessert on my own.
Oh.
I love it. The pastry for me is the hardest thing that you have in the food industry.
Yeah.
And I love to be focused and.
Oh, he is to the T to.
I have to take care of the gram and everything when you do pastry, because 1 gram.
Yeah.
There is no way that you're gonna start.
All over.
Right.
All over.
Desserts are much less forgiving than bread.
Yeah. So yes, I think we will add some dessert and also new pizzas. I'm sure I want to play with a large topping. I don't want to stay on. I don't want people get bored. I want people come back.
What are
You
what
know,
are some of the most popular pizzas that you currently have on the menu?
it's the sausage and shishito peppers.
Sausage and shishito?
Yes, it's the
Uh-huh.
most seller, and on the
Oh,
white, it's the potato and bacon.
potato and bacon, yeah.
Yeah,
And do you do when you describe the toppings, does that exist on both the square and the rounds? Can you get it
no,
either
only
way?
on the rounds.
Oh,
On the square, I always do one classic Sicilian, one with soppressata and Calabrian chili, very spicy, and one
mm,
veggie. This
uh-huh,
week, I had vodka sauce and meatball, just to change something.
uh-huh.
And then, if people ask, I make a marinara. People that don't eat cheese, dairy allergy. I make a marinara, just marinara sauce, garlic,
Yeah.
and I have anchovies.
Well, that I would think that uh, marinara pizza, even though when people think pizza, a lot of times they automatically think cheese, but the marinara style pizza is also becoming very popular, and it's becoming kind of a what would you say, a like a, an identifier for for craft. In other words, if you that a simple marinara pizza with just sauce and not a, no not a lot of cheese or anything else on it, there's nowhere to hide. You have got to deliver a great pizza, and if you do deliver a great marinara pizza, then the first thing people say is, "I don't need all those other toppings. This is so good that I don't need anything
Yeah,
else
yeah.
on it."
Marinara and margherita. If you want to be traditional, that's are the only. There is one pizzeria in Napoli. It's called Da Michele. It's very
I've
like
been
one
there.
of the first pizzeria in Napoli. They only do marinara, margherita, and marita. It's half marinara and half
Oh,
margherita.
oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
I didn't know
That's
that
all
they
fun.
did that. I didn't know they did a
Yeah.
half and half when I was there. But that's great, and that's all they needed. They only need those two styles, and that's made them world famous. When you make your pizzas, are you doing since these are more New York style? Are you baking them on a deck oven? Or are you baking them in a brick oven, like a wood
Deck
fire? Or
oven. I have a deck oven.
okay, so you don't, and so you're not doing Neapolitan style. You're not doing wood fire.
No, no. In New York City, it's not allowed anymore to
That's
use.
right.
Yeah.
What do they do? What do the pizzerias that are trying to do Neapolitan do in place of
No, they give to the people that I don't know. If when the law passed, the restaurant they already had the
oh
brick oven. They had they give them like an opportunity to build. It's called smoke blaster, something like that.
yeah,
You
yeah.
add on
Filters out all the bad
Yeah,
stuff.
you add
Yeah,
on
yeah.
your duct, and it's like it's a machine that clean. It's a filter that
And
clean
it's
the smoke.
and it's expensive. It's
And it's,
expensive to
yeah,
have that.
around
Yeah.
20. No, before, no, after the law passed, it tripled in price.
Yeah.
Was around $10,000 before, and now it's around 30,000.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. So, but fortunately you don't need to go down that path because
No,
you're doing a style that doesn't require that kind of oven.
electric. We have all electric. We have no gas in our place.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. And that's been a big thing is to switch over to electric also from going from coal and wood to electric to gas now to electric. Do you find the electric oven delivers the performance that as good as
Uh,
any other style?
yeah, I think it's you get the better, like the best performance because it's very the heat is very come si dice? Even, and
Consistent.
now we get one of the best oven in the market.
What do you have? The Pizza Master or something else?
No, it's Moretti. I
Okay.
work with Pizza Master. It's very very good too, but Pizza Master, when you go on a high volume, it's a little bit.
There you go. We don't have any oven sponsors or anything like that, so
No,
we
no,
don't.
no, no,
So we
no.
just
That's
say it as it
it's
is.
no, no. It's my opinion. I don't
Yeah,
know. There is
yeah.
there is some a lot of pizzeria that they busy. They use the Pizza Master. For me, it's like a Ferrari and Lamborghini.
I'll take one of each, but so you have them already, which is
I had them already.
that's made in Italy, isn't it? Isn't that
Made in
important?
Italy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, you got to stay true to your brand. So I think this is pretty exciting. When Tatiana, when if I understood the story correctly, the first restaurant you worked at in New York was Tatiana's father's restaurant, right?
Yes.
So
Was
how did you end up there? Did he find you? Did he bring you, over
No,
or
I
what?
ended up there because I came in New York through a friend. He lived in New York, and he was working there. Actually, from the airport, the first time I was at GFK, the address was
Yeah, the first address.
first address that I get. I went with my luggage in the restaurant because my
Right to
friend
the
was working
restaurant.
there,
Yeah, yeah.
and he saying, "Then you wait here, and then we go home together." And I met Enrico
Enrico, and
and
this was at Bella Blue, right?
Bella Blue. Yeah,
Up
he
on the east
say,
side.
"Come tomorrow, and I can give you a couple of days." And was love, like
Well, you were still just a teenager yourself then, right?
yeah, I was 25.
Oh, you are. You started out as a teenager in Italy, but you were 25 by the time you got here, and
Yeah.
then did you were you weren't working there at the restaurant though, right, Tatiana?
I don't know.
But she was there often.
I was there often. I've always taken care of more managerial things back end. Again, like I said, I tried to stay so far away from this, and
Yeah.
somehow I just got back into it.
Every time
So,
that you get out, they pull you back in.
yeah.
So I think I think the restaurant and the concept of pizza shop or grab and go are very different project, very different system, and it's another world.
Yeah, it's a
Also,
totally
if it's
different world.
food, but
Sure,
the
of course.
restaurant is more complex.
Well, what I
Yeah,
was gonna
there's
go ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just gonna say it's much easier to um align yourself with people, do collaborations, do fun one-off things, right? With a restaurant, it's much more straightforward. You're coming to our place as opposed to let's take this outside the walls as well, right? So it's just more fun. We can have fun with this in a different way.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to ask though is being at the restaurant, your dad Enrico being a great restaurateur and operator. When you get somebody who comes to work for you like Agostino, who's bringing a lot of talent and a lot of, do you kind of go, oh, this is a good one. We got to keep this guy. We got to do something with him because you've gone on to do other restaurants. Is Enrico also part of your team here at Slicehaus? Is he a
Yeah, it's the
partner, an
three of us.
investor?
Yeah.
We are three partners.
So it really is, uh, I,
It's like a full circle moment.
It was
Yeah,
my
yeah,
guide
yeah.
for 10 years. He was my guide. I opened two restaurants and he was already behind me, always behind me. And he was always helping me. And we help each other because, I start to do my connection. I pass to him, like on the restaurant business, workers or friends that want to work. And then after 10 years, one day we were talking on the phone and he say, but we know each other for 10 years. We never think to do something together. Why we don't do it? He pushed me more.
When you left, you had gone off and did some things with not
No, I
with
was at
him.
the industry, but I was about to leave New York City, actually.
You were, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I have a family. I have a wife. I have a son, 5 years old. I was kind of tired. I'm not retired because it's not a moment to retire, but I want to go in Colombia, where I bought the house there, and I was about to leave, and he said, "No, I don't let you leave. You don't go anywhere. You stay here. We gotta do something together."
So we're having little Zoom problems today. Um, so I think we're gonna get re-going here. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you missed
Okay, good.
something?
I'm sorry. We had a little Zoom glitch, but I was gonna
Oh,
say,
okay.
so basically you were about ready to leave, and then is that when Enrico said, wait, don't go. We got to
Yeah,
do something. Yeah.
yeah. He say, "No, you don't go anywhere. I don't let you go." He say, "We have to do something together." I was not planning to do any other business in New York, uh, but I love New York. If I have to leave the United States, I think New York is the most beautiful for me. On
Yeah.
my most beautiful, I've been around in the U.S., but I love New York. It's completely inspiring.
Listen, if you've been here for more than 10 years, at
Yeah.
some point you've had a love-hate relationship with this city.
Right.
Ready to just like call it quits, go, start new, maybe have some good lifestyle and sun. You know, it comes to your head at some point, for sure.
Well, you've grown up your whole life in New York City, right? Are you
I grew up my whole life here, but I spent almost half the year back in France and Italy with my family because we don't have any family here. Until later on, some cousins came, but for the most part, it was living between two worlds.
Yeah.
And I've even had that. I was living in Italy for about 4 years when COVID hit. So I had my own moment of returning back to the roots and saying, yeah, I need a break from New York, you know, so we all have it.
Well, this has been quite a journey. And of course, most of the time when people discover a restaurant, they're just discovering the restaurant and the food. They don't get to hear the whole journey behind what brought you to this restaurant and made it happen, and the blood, sweat, and tears that went into creating it. So I mean, just even to know that you were just this close to leaving the United States for good, and Agostino, and then you were stuck in Italy for a few years. I mean, then all of a sudden the doors opened up and opportunity came. How long did it take you to kind of, from the time you decided to do Slicehaus to get the doors open? What was that process like for people who were thinking about getting into this restaurant game?
We started back in December to look at the spots, the places. We get the list of this place. We get in love right away. The first time we saw it, said, this is the place. We signed. In 3 months and a half was a white box. We did it very fast.
Yeah, it was quick. We were in and out, full construction, but nothing structural, but we changed the whole place. And
we had to build the venting. We had to, wait for all DOB permits, but we did great because 3 months. It's very hard to do in 3 months.
That's fast. Was there already a restaurant in there before you took it over?
No, it was a white box. Yeah, it was a coffee shop years ago, but was being closed.
But it wasn't set up to be a restaurant.
No, nothing set up. We had to do plumbing, electric, and everything.
And we had no designer, so it's like really a labor of love in all the ways. Yeah.
Well, I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to come up and try your pizza.
Can't wait to have you.
and your meatball sandwich. And your porchetta too. When I come up, I want to try it all. But I will let you know when I'm able to get up there. And I'm so glad that you've been well received right from the beginning, from the start. Because if you got the people behind you, there's plenty of people there, and you can have a nice long run.
We hope to keep serving it to people. As long as they love it, we'll keep making it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for sharing your story with us today, on Pizza Quest.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, let's remind folks how they can follow you. Instagram, it's Instagram as
Slicehaus Pizzeria.
And of course you can do a Google search for the website and everything else. The address is
30 Carmine Street in the West Village of New York.
In the West Village, okay. And maybe I'll see some of you there. We'll get the word out when I'm coming up to town. And once again, congratulations to you both. We wish you only the best of success. And
thank you.
Thanks for being on Pizza Quest, and thank all of you for joining us today.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll see all of you back at the next episode of Pizza Quest. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Heritage Radio Network, food radio supported by you. Keep in touch at heritageradionetwork.org/subscribe.